Now, sounds so official. Well, hello team. Plastic Oceans team going next. It's a week Sunday, isn't it? My God, how exciting. We've got our first adventure group that flies today. You're all going on this new British Airways direct flight. Life is looking good. There's no lockdown in the UK. There's no lockdown in Costa Rica. Oh, Hannah. So get packing is our advice. You are definitely off. So, hi, Hannah. Welcome, welcome. So the purpose of today is open forum. I want to go through your itinerary just to make sure you're kind of happy with what's going on. I want to go through the kit list, who's going to pick you up from the airport, do's and don'ts, kind of handy things to know in Costa Rica, but it is for you guys to ask me questions so we can kind of share worries and really nail it. So by the end of this conversation, I want everyone to feel, right, super confident. I know what's coming. I know what I've got to pack. I'm off. Okay. Happy, everyone? I'd be so much happier if everyone put their cameras on, but you know, there we go. So starting with your itinerary, slightly new itinerary. Well, compared to what we did this time last year. And we've been perfecting it from September to now, and it works well. You've got 3 weeks in camp, and then you've got 3 weeks on a road trip. So you actually have the best of both worlds. Guy, can you get that? You got the best of both worlds. And you are going to experience the new Leap House. So you're going to arrive, start from the beginning. You're going to be on that BA flight, apart from you, Cole, that's coming in from the States. You are all going to be picked up at the airport. Top tip at the airport, okay, no food is allowed to go into Costa Rica. I know, weird. So just check. After passport control, there's a final thing that you have to do. All luggage has to go through one of those camera things, looking for food, and it's such a pain if you've got a packet of biscuits in there in your hand luggage, or a loose banana, something like that, then everyone gets stopped and it's a real pain. So just in your hand luggage, delete or put everything in your main luggage, which is allowed. When you come out of that final bit, there's a huge door. It's very small, and that is where you go out and you'll see the big Leap sign, and there will be a minibus waiting for you to take you to the Rosa of America. The Rosa of America is about 15 minutes away from the airport. It's a sweet, sweet hotel. It's like kind of the Leap Chiquera, you know, in San Jose. That's what we use for everything. Lovely local Spanish family that run it. It's kind of surrounded by kind of trees, little pool, masses of kind of birds and monkeys screeching. So if you think you're going to sleep that first night, you're not, because you're going to get these tropical birds on your veranda keeping you awake. But it's lovely, local food, and you'll no doubt you're taken down. There's a little bar around the corner for supper. Either you have it in the hotel, or because the plane gets in earlier, I think they're going to take you around to this local cafe, which is really fun. So just have about $20 US on you, just in case, for that first night, because I don't know where you're going to eat. Next day, on the Monday, you're going to set off for Santa Teresa. It's a long journey. It's about 2 or 3 hours to get you down to the ferry, an hour's ferry crossing, and then an hour and a half on the other side to get you across the peninsula. So it's fun, it's hot, you know, there's lots of stops to kind of refreshments, but eventually you will get there. That first week is going to be taken up with the priority of the first week is to get you all kind of connected, group dynamics, everyone meet everyone, feel comfortable, just get confident with your new surroundings. Jet lag can really knock you for 6. Okay, so that first week, if people are going to feel out of sorts, if you haven't been traveling before, and you know, if you're prone to feeling anxious, that is the week it's going to happen. You just got to sit tight, okay? Hold fire. All those weird feelings will pass as you bed in and the jet lag subsides. I promise you, jet lag can really knock you. So just brace yourself. So the first week is about bonding. You've probably got downtime to do day sleeps, you know, lunchtime siestas, if you have not slept a wink, you know, for the first few days. Surfing to kind of knack you out. Spanish lessons, to all very informal. They happen at the beach, around the pool, on the veranda, just to get you confident so that you can go out and about. It's, you know, Spanish is their first language, and they do like to speak in Spanish. It's not like being in France where you try your best French and then they just kind of look at you as if you're an idiot and want to, you know, talk back at you in English. They do love it, you know, they do love the fact that you try, and they love the fact that, you know, you're going to have that conversation in Spanish. So that's the first week. The second and third week, again, you're in Santa Teresa, and that's where you have the mix of Spanish and projects. Projects, as you all know, it's all about the plastics. It's all about understanding the relentless problem the Pacific has, is depositing just shed loads of plastic on those beautiful beaches daily. I mean, you will be shocked when you see what they're up against. It is a huge problem out there. And dynamic, creative community, backed by Pharrell Williams, backed by Bionics, you know, you guys are an integral part in getting that plastic off the beaches, recycling bins to the recycling center, gets sent to America, money comes back, you know, converted into plastic thread, converting it into clothes, money comes back. So you know, for all of you those in geography or doing sustainability at university, this is really interesting. It is a very, very clever community project, which is hugely effective. So that is kind of week 2 and week 3. So all project-based, Spanish-based, kind of a day out of each week to do some kind of treks, you know, in and out of the jungle along the beaches. So you're busy. Life in Santa Teresa is fantastic. You are going to love it. Santa Teresa is one of the coolest, chicest places in Costa Rica. Everybody wants to go there. It is the vibe of the place. Okay, you've got the grooviest cafes, restaurants, bars, you name it, all ready and waiting for you on the beach. But it comes with a but and a please. Please act responsibly. Okay, so you know what we can't handle, okay, is, and I'm not saying you lot are going to go off the wall bonkers, but it did happen last year because everyone had been trapped in lockdown and they hit the beaches of Santa Teresa, and seriously, the leapers then, they were untamable. They turned into kind of wild beasts, and they were going to all these late night parties, and we couldn't find everybody late at night, and it was carnage. So if you start in that way, then the laws will come, you know, then Chris and his team in the camp will come thundering down, and it will be, please, could you have, you know, everyone's got to be back in camp at kind of midnight. If you don't turn up for your project work the next morning and you're hungover and drunk, and it just doesn't start. It doesn't start well. So my message is, we want you to have a good time. Can you do everything in moderation? Can you just be respectful for why they're saying this? There's one bar that we really hate everybody going to. It's a nightclub. It's open on a Thursday night. We hate everyone going there because there's always badass gangs that are, you know, down from Mexico trying to rip off the traveler. So listen to the local knowledge from the local team and just do everything in moderation. It is possible. In the camp, okay, it is a big camp. Chris's house and his team, we've been working with them now for about kind of nearly 15 years, and his camp has kind of grown. We've developed it over the years. What we've built over the last 2 or 3 months is a brand new Leap house. Chris has been, you know, he hasn't dared show me the photos. Apparently it's uber cool. It's being painted and decorated right now. It's a kind of cabin-esque style, so you will have your own zone. Very open plan, very cool. He went to Guatemala and nicked all the ideas from the coolest hostels up there. So God only knows what he's built, but he's super proud of it. So you know, the landscaping might not be finished, but the building is good to go. So you are the first ones in. So send us some pictures. So that's the first 3 weeks. The second phase, the last 3 weeks, is you're off. You're packing your bags and you're leaving Santa Teresa, and you'll be ready for it by then. Okay. The first phase is that you're going up to Serenas, which is an hour and a half up the coast. That's where the turtle conservation happens. You will love it there. Okay. You are still in the turtle season, but again, it's wildlife. Whether you see a mother laying eggs, babies being born, who knows, but you will learn all about it. And it is a stunning place. From Serenas, you then go to Samara Beach, which again, further up the coast. Again, a really uber cool place. In fact, the whole of Costa Rica is very boho chic. So you will get that. You will love it. Samara is a bit of downtime, a bit more surfing. You could do scuba courses there. There's masses to do. Go horse riding. There's loads of things to do. But while you're there, you're going to be split into 2 groups, back to back, doing the second turtle conservation phase, which is your Robinson Crusoe experience. Okay, so brace yourself for this. This is run by ASVO, and all LEAP volunteers are absolutely critical for keeping this government-run NGO alive, but it's very basic. Okay, so you go from Serenas, which let me tell you is all very stylish, to ASVO, which is basic, cold water showers, you know, hook up your mozzie net, sleeping on very skinny mattresses. It's basic, but you're only there for 2 nights and everyone loves it. You feel really, really remote. Then you go back to Samara, the next group goes, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, you all congregate and you all go together for your final adventure, which is Monteverde, which is in the cloud forest. That is cool. You're high up. You're away. You feel like you're in a different country. You've got the cloud forest, zip wiring. You've got everything there. The adventure that you can shake a stick at. I am telling you now, okay, your insurance that you've got covers you for all those activities, apart from bungee jumping. Okay, so please, nobody go bungee jumping in Monteverde. The last group did, they totally ignored me, slapped it on Instagram, nearly gave me a heart attack because you're not insured. Okay, so take that risk. You know, parents, if any of you are listening, drill it into them. It's not a risk worth taking unless you have some other cheeky insurance which covers you for that. Okay, so that is your itinerary. Your leaders take you through the itinerary. When you're in the camp, you are under the kind of the camp leaders coming and going. You've got Chris and Melly, who are our chiefs at the top, and all their family that are kind of coming and going. You will have other volunteers in the camp who live in the other house. They all come from, where do they come from? Germany, Amsterdam. They're all apparently always gorgeous. You do mix, but you know, you can mix, you might not, you know, it depends how much you want to see of each other. And then when you go off, then you will have 2 leaders with you at all times, taking you from each place. Any questions so far on the itinerary before we move on? Any questions? Anyone out there? No? All happy with that? You're in for such a treat. Okay. Now we're going to go into what happens, such as food and meals, okay, and Costa Rica and money, okay. I am telling you now, Costa Rica is the most expensive country in Central and South America. You have been warned, okay. So you can go mad and fly through your money like like hot running water. Honestly, it is ridiculous. On Santa Teresa, you have the choices to go to, you know, top sushi bars, cocktails that cost $10 a cocktail. You know, that's turning, you know, left up the beach. Turn right and go to the local restaurants. Okay, they're much more fun. Just really be savvy with your money. Go to the supermarket, buy a pack of beers, as opposed to spending $5, $10 for beers in the uber trendy bars where, you know, all the superstars hang out. So you have got to be savvy with where you spend your money. The camp, they do loads of evening meals in camp, you know, for like $10, pizza nights, sushi nights. The cooks there are amazing. So that is always a cheaper option, or going to the supermarket and buying yourself a big thing of pasta and cooking your own. So, you know, just think about it. I don't want anyone saying, oh my God, you didn't tell me how expensive it was. I spent $250 per week extra. You don't need to do that, okay? You don't need to do that. You just need to set yourself a budget. Most people, it's about $150 a week extra, and really just try and keep to it. But the only thing that isn't included is an evening meal and how many drinks you want to drink. And at the weekends, if you want to do any weird or wonderful activities, again, those Chris and the team will put them on. You can do them or not. It's totally up to you. The one everybody really does like doing is going to the islands, Tortuga Island, I don't know if they often do an overnight stay or the day stay. That's worth doing. Okay. Where do you get the money out? ATMs. So it might be worth taking, say, $50 on you just to have in your money belt to get you going. But you will get local currency out from all the ATMs, and they are everywhere. Get small amounts of money out at a time, because the local currency is we call it the colonies, and you get literally 1 million colonies to the pound, and it is really confusing. And you literally come out with, you know, 50 quid, you get a kind of wodge about this size of notes. I'm just going through Wi-Fi in the camp, Wi-Fi everywhere. Okay, so yes, you can get local SIM cards if you want to pop into your phone, or maybe take another phone, which you use just for the local SIM card to chat to everyone. But most people get away with just using the Wi-Fi. Washing your clothes, okay, just wash your pants and your bras and your things in the showers and just hang them on the line. There is a laundry service in camp, and they charge by the load, so by the weight. And so you could do $10 a week on a big load. Surfing on the beaches. You're going to be taught to surf in that first week, or if you already know how to surf, be pushed to the next level. The surfing on the Pacific coast in Costa Rica is absolutely fabulous. So if anyone is interested and loves it, you can rent boards there. You can keep doing the surfing in your own time. Post, okay, post, really important to take everything on that kit list. And I'm talking the weird stuff that you think, why is that on the kit list? Don't ask why, just think, okay, it will be necessary. You know, from the head torch to the dry bag, to the water bottle, to a hat, to flip-flops, to at least 2 pairs of trainers, to a good day rucksack, to a mosquito net. You need all this stuff. A phone recharger, lateral flow tests have just been added. I'll explain why. And a spare telephone. The spare telephone is so important. You can't send anything to Costa Rica. So if you haven't got it, don't even think that somebody can send anything to you out there. It just won't work. So it will get nicked at customs, or you'll be charged an absolute fortune at customs. So don't forget anything. Most people at some stage on their travels will damage their phone. So take a backup phone. Everyone has one in the top drawer in the kitchen. Just sling it in your bag, but make sure they are unlocked. The lateral flow tests. Now, Costa Rica, they are, and I know you were all double vax, probably all triple vax, which is fantastic. So as of January, everyone in Costa Rica to move anywhere is going to have to show their vaccination certificate. So I would have it on your phone, in your folders, but also I would print it out and have it in your money belt, just in case you're out and your phone dies and you've just got that backup, because that will be scanned left, right, and center. Right now, you don't have to have a lateral flow test to enter any establishments, beach parties, not that you're going to go there, but anything like that. But there is a possibility, and there's a rumor going out there that when you're in the Huarts Serenes and on the projects, that they might ask you to enter the premises with a lateral flow. So take a lateral flow test just in case. When it comes to health, so naturally moving on to the subject of COVID, I really hope you've all had, COVID. I really do. It's such a bore, especially this last one that's coming in, because I know from in our family, everyone gets it and gets a tickle of the throat. So we're not going to panic if anyone gets COVID. And what we want to do is test you with the lateral flow test, as opposed to taking you off to get it sorted to get, just decline that, as opposed to getting you tested via the government. If you have to do a proper medical test by the government, then you have to stay put wherever you are for 5 days. And that's what we would do anyway, but it gives us more flexibility to keep testing. And if you are suddenly get a negative test and have no display of the symptoms, then we'll get you out and about again. So we're just going to look at, I don't want anyone to panic if they get COVID. We've done this for a year and we know what to do. More importantly, from a health point of view, what we are more worried about are two things: dehydration and the simple cut. Okay, dehydration is it often happens in the first week, and it displays similar symptoms to COVID. That's why we really have to kind of bottom it out very, very quickly. You get the headaches, the achy bones, and just feel really out of sorts. It does happen to one or two of you in the first week because you are working hard, you're not used to this humidity, you're working in the heat, late nights, with the jet lag and everything, out of sorts. Be mindful, drink loads of water. If you can take rehydration tablets, take them. If you can take, I know they're disgusting to add to your drink every day, but one a day just keeps you right as rain while your body adapts to sweating probably all day, every day, okay? Because the humidity can knock you for six. The simple cut, because you're going to be in the sea and it's warm and it's sweaty, can get infected very, very quickly. And it can be literally a matter of overnight. You could get cellulitis, which is an infection that goes down, not out. So any cuts, treat any mosquito bites, ant bites, really look after yourself and don't just think it will go away by itself, because it won't. The doctors, the clinics, everyone is amazing in Costa Rica. So you can get anything over the counter really quickly. So just talk to the leaders if you are at all worried. It's amazing what we've seen. People ignore, and then a week later they go, well, can I just show you this? And I'm like, oh my sweet Jesus, why didn't you show us 4 days ago? So the dehydration and cuts, those are our main health worries. I'm just looking at my little list. I think we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Okay, risks, one of my last questions. Okay, the risks, apart from the dehydration and the cut, the riptides, but you will learn about that in your surfing lessons in week 1. The sea outside of the beaches, outside Santa Teresa, you're going to think are just gorgeous, kind of wonderful, tame beaches. They're quite mean, actually. And I know from experience, I hopped in for a swim with my friend, and before we know it, we were half a mile down the beach because we were in a riptide. So, you know, when you look at a part of the beach, you think, oh my God, let's go for a swim there. There's no one there. It's probably for a reason. So you will learn all about the riptides. So be mindful of that. Santa Teresa, everybody gets around by motorbike and quad bike. You'll see everybody zipping up the roads. They are so dangerous, not well maintained. So please do not go hiring them at the weekends. Beaches after dark are not a great place to be. Yes, you could go to the bars and it will be dark, but if people say to you, let's go to this beach party after dark, and you are just going to ignore all the advice, I'm telling you now, they are not, you know, they're illegal, and that's when dangerous things happen. People get their drugs, drinks spiked, bags nicked. That's where it could go seriously wrong. So be really sensible with that. There aren't any curfews in the town at the moment, but that can change. But everybody, Chris and his team will lead you with that in mind. Drugs, I'm telling you now, 0 tolerance. Anybody caught taking drugs, doing drugs, bringing drugs back into the house, it literally is, it's a one-shot wonder, you're off. So just warning you with that one. That, I think, is everything I wanted to tell you. So, any questions? Any questions? No questions. Okay, right. In that case, next Sunday at the airport, all of you check yourselves in and meet the other side. I said to the last group, there's a Costa on the other side, or there's a Wagamama's. I don't know what, probably just go aim for the Costa. If you want breakfast or I don't know, it'll be lunch by then before you hop on the plane, you can. Enjoy the plane, nice British Airways direct, you'll be picked up the other end for your adventure. So look out for each other on the other side of the airport. If one of you wants to set up a group WhatsApp beforehand, then do. You will need to fill in a final piece of admin the day before you go, but can you try doing that on the Friday? Because the Saturday, if you get stuck, we will be on the Leap emergency phone, but it will be easier to do it on the Friday. And that's your Salute health form. I will send you the information for that and all the do's and don'ts. So look out for that. I'll send that on Monday and Tuesday next week. Okay, so other than that, safe travels, have a wonderful time, and I look forward to seeing all the photos as you go through. Okie dokes.
Oh yes, plastic oceans.
Any questions before we go?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Cheerio.
It's the
Bye. I'm ending now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Thank you.
2, 3.